A triangular symbol that means absolutely nothing. A secret industry strategy to sell more oil. And a billion-dollar lie that turned you into an unpaid janitor for the world's biggest corporations. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why that blue bin in your driveway is not saving the planet, but is actually a calculated public relations stunt designed to trick you into buying products that never decompose. You are about to learn that recycling was never the solution. It was the distraction. Stop looking at the plastic bottle. Look at your own body. Look at your blood. For decades, you have been told that if you just wash out your yogurt cups and sort your trash, everything will be fine. You performed the ritual. You felt the moral satisfaction of doing your part. You were scammed. While you were busy scrubbing tomato sauce out of a jar, the industry was ramping up production of the very material they promised you was sustainable. They didn't fix the problem. They fed it to you. Scientists have now found microplastics in human lungs, in human blood, in unborn fetuses. You are not just the consumer of this product. You have become the landfill. The scam isn't just that recycling doesn't work. The scam is that they convinced you that the waste was your fault. They shifted the blame from the manufacturer to the victim. You are drowning in their garbage, and they have convinced you to apologize for it. To understand this deception, we have to look at the playbook. This wasn't an accident. It was a strategy executed in 3 specific steps. Step 1 is the pivot. In the mid-20th century, companies sold beverages in glass bottles. You drank the soda, you returned the bottle, they washed it and refilled it. It was a closed loop. But that was expensive for the companies. They wanted to sell single-use containers. But there was a problem. People hated the trash. So, the industry created a group with a nice, patriotic name, Keep America Beautiful. It sounds like an environmental group. It wasn't. It was founded by packaging giants like the American Can Company and the Owens, Illinois Glass Company. Their goal was to shift the narrative. They coined the term litterbug. Suddenly, the problem wasn't that companies were producing disposable garbage. The problem was that you were lazy. They successfully privatized the profit and socialized the waste. Step 2 is the trick. By the 1980s, the public was getting angry again. Bans on plastic were looming. The industry needed a way to make plastic look green immediately. Enter the resin identification code. You know this symbol, the 3 chasing arrows, the universal symbol of recycling, or so you think. In 1988, the Society of the Plastics Industry, SPI, introduced these codes. To the average person, a triangle with arrows means recycle me. But legally, it means nothing of the sort. The number inside the triangle just identifies the type of plastic. It tells the sorting facility what chemical it is. It does not mean the item is recyclable. It does not mean a facility exists to process it. They slapped a recycling logo on unrecyclable garbage, and you bought it literally and figuratively. Step 3 is the proof. You might argue, maybe they hoped it would work. No, they knew. Let's look at the internal documents. In a 1974 conference, an industry insider explicitly stated to his colleagues, there is serious doubt that recycling can ever be made viable on an economic basis. They admitted it 50 years ago. Another internal report from 1973 stated, the cost of new plastic is so low that sorting and reusing old plastic is not worth the effort. Virgin plastic is made from oil. As long as oil is cheap, new plastic is cheaper than recycled plastic. They knew the economics were broken, but they pushed the recycling is the answer narrative anyway. Why? Because if you think the plastic is being recycled, you won't feel guilty buying more of it. The chasing arrows weren't an environmental tool. They were a license to print money. So, where does the plastic actually go? It doesn't go to a factory to become a new bench. Less than 10% of all plastic ever manufactured has been recycled. The vast majority, over 90%, ends up in one of 3 places. 1, it is buried in a landfill, where it will sit for 400 years. 2, it is incinerated, turning solid waste into toxic air pollution that poisons low-income communities. 3. It is shipped abroad. For decades, the West shipped its plastic waste to China. When China stopped accepting it in 2018, the waste stream diverted to Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam. These countries were overwhelmed. The recycling you carefully sorted is often dumped in illegal pileups in the global south, washed into rivers, and eventually drifts into the ocean. The industry villains, the oil and beverage giants, got their exit. They got to keep producing virgin plastic without regulation. They are currently planning to triple plastic production by 2060. They maintained their profits. You kept the trash. The blue bin is not a recycling system. It is an absolution box. It is a psychological tool designed to make you feel okay about your consumption habits. Every time you toss a plastic wrapper into that bin, you are participating in a theater of sustainability directed by oil executives. We are trapped in a material that does not die. And the people who sold it to us knew from day one that there was no way to get rid of it. The question isn't, how do we fix recycling? The question is, why are we still trusting the arsonist to put out the fire?